Hello Sagittarius, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name is Wendy Wing. I'm doing your monthly psychic tarot reading, tuning into Sagittarius energy of the month of May, seeing what divine messages of guidance come through. All right, this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. If you'd like a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. It takes you right to my book online page. So, all right, Sagittarius, let's take a look at the energy of the month of May. The overall energy for Sagittarius is the Nine of Swords in reverse. You're getting out of a nightmare scenario. So, when the Nine of Swords is upright, it's like she's woken up from a nightmare into a nightmare. It's a perpetual nightmare state. But because there's still this pillow, a semblance of comfort, it's not uncomfortable enough for her to do anything about it, to take action. She's just staying in this nightmare scenario. So with the Nine of Swords in reverse, it feels like the overall energy of the month is you leaving, you finally having had enough. And something has gotten, the discomfort level has gotten to such a level that you're willing to take action. It looks like you're giving up on something. It feels like something that you've given a lot of your time and energy to. And this could be an enmeshed relationship. Feels like giving up in the best kind of way. Not because you're a quitter. It feels like you've tried really hard. But whatever this is, it's a nightmare. You can't change it. You can't change whatever this is, and it feels, well, Eight of Cups, you're finally willing to walk away from something that you have emotional connections to. You're emotionally attached, but it's been a nightmare. There's this energy of it's knowing when to say when and when to walk away. It looks like you've had to overcome a great deal. It feels like you've gone through this alone. You have this feeling of being very alone, and it feels like you are now opening up in the month of May and maybe asking for help, seeking others, because you've been very unhappy for a long time. And there's been a lack of clarity. It feels like there's been so much confusion and uncertainty, and it's been a nightmare. And it feels like you're ready to take action, Sagittarius. So, all right, let's move on and look at your hidden blessings in the month of May. Is the Two of Swords in reverse. Wow, clear messages. So the Two of Swords upright is someone who's confused. They're blindfolded. They could take the blindfold off, but it feels like they can't make a decision this way or that way. Maybe I don't have all the information. Maybe, and it feels like you are moving out of confusion. You're moving out of that indecision to decision energy. You've made up your mind. Something where you've been tolerating something, a situation that's been a nightmare. It feels like you've gotten some type of clarity. You're getting some type of clarity in the month of May, and it looks like that clarity is letting you detach from toxic energies, maybe codependencies, addictions, obsessions, whatever you're attached to in an unhealthy way. Now it feels like there's been a lot of indecision, a lot of confusion, a lot of not knowing what to do. It also feels like you've been waiting for someone else to make up their mind, like giving your power away. like waiting to hear how they feel, waiting for their communication. It feels like you're letting go of this burden, realizing if whatever this is hasn't been working by now, it's not going to work going forward. It feels like you're recognizing the reality of where you're at, that it's not moving. There's it's just, it feels like it's been exhausting, whatever this is, confusing, just all the really uncomfortable, really, and just stuck and unable to move out of this. But it feels like the blessing, the hidden blessing in this reading and in this time right now is that you're moving from I'm stuck, I don't know what to do, to I'm seeing things clearly. I'm making my decision. So it feels like it's some internal work, like you're shifting internally your perspectives in the month of May. All right, Sagittarius, what you're leaving behind in the month of May is the Hierophant in reverse, Taurus energy. You're leaving behind something, it feels like you might be leaving behind a traditional way of being. Something, it feels like whoever you're leaving behind, there's someone who feels like they're superior to you, something like that, that you need them to tell you what to do. But it looks like you might be leaving behind a home, something you thought was your forever home, your happily ever after. Feels like you're leaving behind something unstable, something that's just not for you, and you're wanting to move towards your happily ever after. I think you thought that whatever this was, it was going to be really amazing and something you can build on, a happily ever after, but that has not been the case. So you're leaving behind the delusions of what did not create your happily ever after to really go for what you do want to create, what you would prefer. All right, Sagittarius, what to get the most of your month of May is the Page of Swords in reverse. This is not learning something new, not being curious, or a lack of communication. Okay, the lack of communication is it. It looks like it feels like you're moving on from whoever this is that we've been talking about, whatever nightmare scenario. It feels like the less said, the better. Feels like you have tried to communicate to this person again and again and again, and it just leads to fights. They can't understand you. They can't care for you, or they don't know how to. It feels like you trying to explain, trying to get them to see you, trying to get to see your point of view. It leads to arguments. It doesn't achieve what you want. And so to get the most out of your month, it feels like pulling back your communication, not trying to get someone. This might be an obsessive quality of yours, of trying to get someone you care about to care about you, to see your point of view. It feels like in this context in this relationship that this person just can't. They either can't or they won't. They refuse to see your point of view, and it just leads to unhappiness. It looks like how to get the most out of your month would be to seek guidance. Seek maybe spiritual guidance, maybe therapy. Ooh, you might need an attorney. Who is it that you need? Who can support you? Who can you allow in to support you? Because it's not who you've been trying to assign, who you've been in connection with. They're not supporting you. And it feels like seeking advice from someone who's really great at guidance, either spiritual guidance. It feels like that's the key to kind of detaching from this person and finding someone else who can validate your experience, can validate what you're saying, who can understand you, who does hear you when you speak, who's able to hear you and not turn it into weaponize what you say against you. There's a lot here. It does look like maybe in several different avenues of your life, maybe not just one person for guidance, maybe in wherever you feel like you need assistance, go for that. That would really support you and help you in the month of May, Sagittarius. All right, speaking of what's supporting you in the month of May, death and rebirth. You're transforming in the month of May. This feels very powerful. As difficult as this is, these moves, these internal moves, these internal decisions, you're changing, you're transforming. And it's like you're needing to allow what's meant to die to leave your experience, detaching and letting it go so you can have a rebirth, so you can become who you are meant to be. You might be exhausted. This takes a lot of time. You've got the phoenix rising from the ashes type of energy. It feels like you're first what has been needs to burn away so you can rise from the ashes anew. So it feels like it's hard to work right now. There's a level of exhaustion that you're going through, and it's transformative. This is very scorpionic energy. It's huge. It takes a lot of energy. It takes time, patience. Reminding yourself, like, I'm transforming right now. I'm exhausted. This is a lot of shifting views, shifting beliefs, making different choices. It feels like you're keeping some moves secret as well. That's supporting you. Keeping things to yourself. You definitely don't want to share your moves with this person or people that you used to feel very safe. There's something about holding back how you're making these moves. Say less. It feels like you're bringing in new people, maybe guidance, maybe hiring some people, and not relying on who has shown you that they're not reliable. I hope that makes sense. Okay. What to be mindful of in the month of May is the Magician in reverse. This is someone wanting to block your manifestations, someone manifesting from lack. Yeah, it looks like someone wants to have success, but they don't want you to have success. They're very much in their ego. It feels like they withhold communication. Oh, okay. So it looks like it's more than one person. It feels like people in the past were able to dissuade you by communicating, by kind of taking the wind out of your sails. It feels like more than one person, or multiple times, someone coming in and trying purposely to say something so you can't move on. But the thing is, you've got the Four of Wands and the Six of Wands. It feels like you're moving towards your happiness, a public success. You're moving towards your passion, happiness. You want a happy home, a happy house, happy environment. And it almost feels like someone's trying to manipulate you and say whatever they need to say. And it feels painful with the Ten of Swords. It feels like if they can't sugarcoat and draw you back in, then they'll try to wound you and make you so wounded that you're so wounded you're unable to recover. It feels like it's too little too late. Yeah, it feels like you're holding back your energy, protecting your heart. This is Queen of Cups energy. It looks like you might be going no contact or low contact, just protecting your heart from this energy and focusing on your new beginning, on the happy home that you would that you would prefer to have. So, whew. All right, Sagittarius, that's your reading for the month of May. If you want, you can follow me over to Patreon. I'm going to do an extended reading. I'm going to keep this reading going and look at your health in the month of May, relationships, creativity, new opportunities, and career and finance. So I'll see you over on Patreon. Have a great month.